A look inside the notorious Baltimore City Detention Center from a man who spent more than 18 years there working as a correctional officer. And now he has written a book about his experiences. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer has that story from the newsroom tonight.
Yeah, Jamie, it's called CO, the true story of the Baltimore City Jail. The City Detention Center made national headlines about 2 years ago when dozens of detainees and correctional officers were indicted. Author Ralph Johnson says the environment that led to that scandal had been developing for many years before that.
18 and a half years in 472 pages.
You basically try to do your job. But to be honest, it's all about survival, because every day that you go in there, you're faced with different adversities.
Adversities including fights.
We would go on sections where it looked like an all-out Neanderthal battle.
And pressure on correctional officers to commit crimes themselves.
You have to have a serious sense of dignity and pride in what you do, because the temptation is there.
Ralph Johnson's book details gang wars in the early 2000s between the Bloods gang and a gang that was new to Baltimore, the Black Guerrilla Family, or BGF.
So much blood, so much gore came out of this back gate that it was just incredible.
Eventually, the BGF took control of the jail itself, with gang leader Tavon White in charge of an operation that involved tens of thousands of dollars in smuggled drugs, tobacco, and other goods. The state prison system called in federal authorities to investigate. That led to convictions of more than 40 inmates and correctional officers. Ralph Johnson knows many of them. State officials say they have now added more cameras to BCDC and hardened searches of employees as they enter and leave the facility. Ralph Johnson says the state should focus more on who gets to work here so they don't need to do so much monitoring after they're hired.
I think it's about changing the culture and recruiting people, because if you look at a lot of the officers, the COs that were indicted in the corruption scandal, a lot of them had prior records, a lot of them had a lot of issues that did not make them suitable for this type of environment.
Everything in the book, he says, is true.
When I got stabbed in the back with a broken broomstick on O section, that was true. When I got thrown off the tier, that was true.
He says he wanted to let the public know what correctional officers go through on a daily basis, putting their lives on the line under constant stress every day.
It's very brutal, very graphic, because I wanted the people to feel that pain, that anxiety.
Johnson says the vast majority of correctional officers serve honorably. He thinks they should be paid more to attract even better candidates, and he's also calling for more rehabilitation programs for inmates, and he wants kids to know that there is nothing glamorous about being locked up inside BCDC. That book is available online. Live in the newsroom, Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.
All right.